Your internet may be in trouble or something.
There it is. Okay. All right, boys and girls, this is your assignment. All right. This is your end of the quarter writing assignment. All right. We did one right before fall break. We did one right before winter break. And now we're going to do one right before spring break. Okay. This one, this is your assignment. This is the one you can edit. The other one that was posted is an example answer that we're going to talk about. You can't edit this one. All right. First, we're going to look at this one. And you've got all week to get this finished. Okay. This is a long assignment and you've got all week to finish this. So you don't have to rush or try to stress out getting it done. It's a long assignment. Okay. So we're going to read about different types of jobs, the life of an astronaut. Okay, now, first we're going to start with the task. That just means, that is just a fancy word for your assignment. We're going to do the assignment first. Here's your task. All right, here it is. Your class has been learning about different types of jobs to prepare for your school's job week. Your teacher has asked each person to learn about a different job. You think being an astronaut must be an interesting job, so you decide to learn about what it is like to be an astronaut. You found 2 sources about being an astronaut, okay? So there's 2 articles, 2 sources. After you have reviewed your sources, you will answer a question about it. Briefly scan the sources and the question that follows. Then go back and read the sources carefully so you will have the information you will need to answer the question and complete your research. You may use scratch paper to take notes. All right. In part 2, you will write an informational article using the information you have read. All right. So you're going to read 2 articles about becoming an astronaut, and you're going to use the information from those articles in your writing. Okay. Directions for beginning. You will now review 2 sources. You can review either of the sources as often as you like. Research questions. After reviewing the research sources, use the rest of the time in part 1 to answer a question about them. Your answer to this question will be scored. Also, your answer will help you think about the information you have read and viewed, which should help you write your informational article. You may refer back to your scratch paper to review your notes when you think that would be helpful. Answer the question in the space below the items. Okay? That seems like a lot. Jenny, you need to put that stuff away. All right. We're going to scroll down. Here is source 1. This is the first article about being an astronaut. You have found a source describing the type of training that astronauts receive in order to do their job. So you're going to read this article. Okay, we're just kind of looking over it all right now. You're going to read that article. Source number 2, life in space. This is the second place you're going to get your information. You're going to read that. All right, here's the first question. Explain why it is hard to be an astronaut. Give 2 reasons. 1 from source 1 and 1 from source 2. For each reason, include the source title or number. Write your answer down here. Now, this is where the other thing I posted is going to come in. This is an example answer. It has nothing to do with astronauts, but this is an example answer that shows you how you're going to say source number 1 says this. Source number 2 says this. Okay, let's look at this. How much water do you drink each day? I bet you should be drinking more. Source number 1, whatever it was, says most children can only drink half the amount of water that they should be drinking. So whatever you're drinking now, you should probably double it. In fact, source 2. Do you see how this paragraph is saying source 1, source 2? Thumbs up if you see that. That's what you need to do for this question. When you're reading these 2 articles, you're going to be thinking in your head, how is being an astronaut hard? You're going to find one way in source 1 and one way in source 2. And it says, for each reason, include the source title or number. If you want to put life in space says, you can. Or you can also say source number 2. Thumbs up if you understand that. Okay, the second part of the assignment, here's part 2. This one's going to take a little bit longer. I would not do these all today. I might read the articles today. I might answer the question today and then do this part tomorrow or Wednesday. Okay? This is not something to do all in one day. It's too much. That's why I've given you all week to finish it. Okay? Your teacher, your assignment, your teacher is creating a bulletin board display in the school library to show what your class has learned about different types of jobs. You decide to write an informational article about astronauts. Your article will be read by other students, teachers, and parents. Using more than one source, you've got 2 up here. Develop a main idea about being an astronaut. Okay, about an astronaut as a job. Choose the important information from the sources to support your main idea. Then write an informational article that is several paragraphs long. Clearly organize your article. Support your main idea with details from the sources. Use your own words. Okay, you're not allowed to copy from the sources unless you're quoting them. Be sure to give the source title or number when using your details. So again, say in source number 1, in source number 2. All right? Like I'm going to look for those words in your writing. All right? Then it gives you a checklist here. You're going to plan, write, revise, and edit your story right here. And then down here is where you are going to write your article. Okay? Now, if you keep going all the way till the end, it gives you, I don't think we're supposed to have this on here. If you go all the way to the end, it tells you you can score a 2, a 1, or a 0. And it tells you what the 2 papers are going to look like, what the 1 papers are going to look like, and what the 0 papers are going to look like. Okay? I know that was a lot of information. Does anybody have any questions? Don't do it all today. It's too much. Okay? Go up here and start by reading your articles. You might want to read over your directions again. you can read the example where it says source 1